What's up YouTube, Yo Gang? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're frying chicken Yo Gang style. So I am going to show you how I fry my chicken and what it is that I use, and I guess let me know if you like it. Drop in the comments what it is that you use. So you're obviously going to need, my favorite part of the chicken to fry is whole wings, though they have been cleaned and split in half. So you have your drumstick or your drumette, and your flat has been separated. We have some Slap Your Mama seasoning. We have some chicken bouillon. We have some garlic powder, onion powder. We have complete seasoning, but this is the adobo complete seasoning. So this has adobo and complete seasoning together in one, which is a very good deal. We have some lime pepper. We have some white pepper, some paprika for some nice color, some hot sauce, some mustard. This is going to be the binding agent for all of my seasonings, and some oil. Now, typically I really don't use self-rising flour. I would rather use all-purpose flour, but this is what I have and this is what we're going to use. Now, to go along with that chicken, we're going to have my version of Mexican corn, and how I enjoy to eat my fresh corn is I would have rather had the corn that was not partially husked. The reason for that is because I kind of take the cheat way out and I put it in the microwave, so that husk holds in that steam for that corn to cook for about 5 minutes or so. You will then add your butter, some mayonnaise, and some Parmesan cheese. Now you can choose if you want queso fresco, which is fine, but I enjoy it with the Parmesan cheese. So with that being said, we are now going to go in with the chicken. The chicken has been pat dry, and like I said, the chicken has been washed. Y'all, please wash y'all chicken. I understand heat kills germs. I understand all that, but make sure you wash your chicken. I have my pot here already going, so I don't want to have to wait on this oil. So I am going to get this going while we season this chicken. Now, I know I get a lot of people don't like to fully submerge their chicken. Me personally, I like my chicken to kind of be halfway in the grease or in the oil, whatever it is that you're using. We're using canola oil today. For this, peanut oil, in my opinion, probably would have been the best option because that can handle a lot more heat than the average oils. So I am going to season this chicken for y'all. All right, doesn't matter the order that you go in. You season as you please and as you like and as much as you like. I like to see the season on my chicken so that I know that my chicken is seasoned. So we're gonna go in with a little bit of Slap Your Mama. Slap Your Mama does have salt, so we're not gonna go too heavy with that. We're gonna use a little bit of chicken bouillon just to get that chicken flavor just a little amplified while we're doing that. Now, once you get your chicken seasoning, garlic powder seasoned, you must season your flour. I don't know if everybody does or not, but for me, the key in a good fried chicken is seasoned flour. All right, so this is our adobo complete seasoning. I am going to add a little bit of white pepper and some paprika. Also, just for that little bit of tang, I am going to add a little bit of lime pepper just to set it off just a little bit. And also some mustard. I'm also going to dash it with a little bit of hot sauce. You don't have to, but that's what I like to do. Some mustard just to incorporate everything, and a little bit of the Crystal Louisiana hot sauce. This really isn't hot. It just has that nice vinegary flavor. And it just gives it a nice flavor. Okay. So now I am going to massage this chicken with all of that seasoning that we just added. As you can see, that mustard really helped to bind and keep that seasoning on that chicken. Okay, now another important key to, and it's not just chicken, it's any type of meat that you are going to cook. Make sure that it is room temperature. If you fry, bake, grill, whatever it is that you're doing to any cold meat, it is going to be tough. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you use. In my opinion, it will be tough. So you have to give that meat time to rest before you add it to that heat. Okay, so this chicken has been chilling out for a little bit. So the temperature is good. So this is how your chicken should look. Nicely coated with your seasoning. All right, let's get rid of this. All right, so now that we have the, oh, you know what I can do? You could shake it in the bag, which I am going to do. I was just going to shake it into the bowl, which you could have, but I am actually gonna go ahead and do that. Let me get my dish rag. All right, let's get this wiped up really quick. Clean as you go, your food will taste better. All right, now that we have that wiped up, let's get this chicken back. All right, so in your gallon Ziploc bag, you will add some flour and pretty much all of the seasonings that you use to season your chicken. You would just add just a little bit of that into your flour. Again, it's your liking, whatever you like, and this is how I like to do it. So a little bit of Slap Your Mama, a little bit of paprika for color, some white pepper. I'm not going to use the adobo though, because it does have some parsley flakes and other little like dried garlic and parsley flakes, and that's going to cause the oil to burn, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm not going to use that. But I did use the chicken bouillon, a little bit of garlic powder, and a little bit of onion powder, and I will not be using the lime pepper either, because of the same reason. I don't need anything to make that oil burn any faster. All right, give your flour a nice mix. All right, it's still a little light for me, so I'm gonna use a little bit more paprika. And again, as you choose. Okay, so now you see the flour is not so pure white. It does have a little bit of color to it, and that's also going to give it a nice brown finish to your chicken. Let me check my oil. It's not hot enough yet. Turn that stove up just a little bit. Okay, so what did I just do? I just got a little pinch of the flour and I dashed it into the oil. It really did not sizzle or bubble up or anything, so that's how I know that my oil is really not hot enough for me to add my chicken in yet. Now, if you have a thermometer or anything, a kitchen thermometer, you can use that and gauge your heat for your chicken. So while we wait for that to warm up, what I could be doing is showing you how I wrap my corn to get ready to put in the microwave. Okay, now as far as the corn goes, I would have, like I said, I would have chosen the corn that was fully husked, but that was not an option in the grocery store, so I had to get what I can get. All right, so we are going to keep what's on here though, but I am going to wash this and kind of like let some water run into the sides of that husk. So make sure you rinse all of your vegetables. Whatever it is that you're gonna fix, make sure you introduce it to some water. How y'all doing today? I didn't ask y'all how y'all were doing. I am great. Thank you so much for asking. It's been a minute since I've been in the kitchen. I'm happy to be back in the kitchen and sharing this with you. I know the meal is pretty simple, but tonight that's what we're having, a slam bam meal tonight. So I thought I could share, and I really enjoy this corn recipe. Now you can add anything else to it, whatever it is that you like, go for it, because there is no wrong way. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not trying to offend anybody's culture. Is it called elote? If it's called elote, let me know. Drop it in the comments, because I love elote, and I'm sure that's the right name for it. Now you can have it in a cup, you can have it on the cob, whatever it is. So good. Now if you wanted to do it, let's say in a cup, or you didn't want to actually bite the corn, don't get the corn in the can. Take the extra second and actually cut the kernels off of the core, off of the cob, and steam it, fry it down. We'll go ahead and talk about that, or we can do that on a later video. If you're interested for me to do that, let me know. But tonight we are having corn on the cob. Now, for this step, all you're gonna need is some paper towel and your corn, your washed corn. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get quite a few plugs of your paper towel. Why? Because we need to create a capsule for the corn so that when we put it in the microwave, it can actually steam. Now, if you don't want to put it in the microwave, that's absolutely fine. However you cook your corn on the cob, make sure you do it that way. So we're going to wrap the corn, and we are going to drench the napkin. Now, if you do not put the napkin on the corn will burn. How do you burn corn in the microwave? The corn will burn. You will notice that some of your kernels are brown or burnt or just don't look right. So this will create that capsule for the corn, keeping it protected and keeping it nice and moist and steamed so it can actually cook. All right, so you're gonna continue this process depending on how many corns you have. And if it was fully husked, meaning all of the husks were still on the corn, you would still do the same process. Do not take it off. You would just open it, you know, kind of open it up from the top, kind of on the side. Make sure that the water gets inside so that the corn can steam. So just continue this process and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so let's check on our chicken and see how we doing. I use my gloves, so if it's ready, we can just keep going. I'm using the glove because I'm touching the chicken and I do not want to cross-contaminate anything in the kitchen, because chicken is serious. Will make you very, very sick. Okay, that looks a lot better. So see now how now it's actually bubbling up a little bit? Okay, so we are going to add the chicken into the flour, like so. We're going to leave just a little bit of air in there. Close it up. And give it a nice shake. Now you don't have to use a bag. You could have just added the flour on top of the chicken in the bowl, but this way I know that it's being coated nicely. Now you also can add, if you want extra crispy chicken, you can add a little bit of cornstarch to your flour and it'll give you that little extra crunch. Okay, so now do not put the chicken in the flour with, you know, saturated in so much flour. You want to knock some of that flour off because it will burn the grease. Okay, you see how that's nicely knocked off? Add your chicken to your grease, oil, and another thing, you do not want to overcrowd your pan, your pot, whatever it is that you're frying in. Your chicken is cool and your grease is hot, so you gotta know you're adding a cooler something of a cooler temperature into the hot grease, so you do not want it to cool it off too much. So I'll just add this last piece. And do that. Scoop that over. Perfect. Get rid of this. Down. All right, so now we're going to give it about 5-6 minutes on one side. Do not touch it. If you move your chicken, you're gonna lose your breading. So let it cook on one side before you actually turn it over. Now, for people that kind of struggle with temperatures and just can't get the inside temperature of the chicken to cook properly or get it thoroughly cooked, you can score your wing. So when I say score, you would take your drumstick or your drumette and actually make a score with the knife straight to the bone. Do not cut it straight through to the other side, but just straight to the bone so it kind of like has a little flap so the heat can get inside of that chicken. So we're gonna let this go for a little longer, probably another 3 minutes, and then we'll turn it over. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. So I'm just going to gently turn the chicken. Making sure that we don't lose anything. Okay. Now I'm going to let that go for another 6 minutes. Yeah, so we have probably another batch. When I put this second batch of chicken into the oil, then I'm gonna go ahead and put the corn in the microwave for 6 minutes. So everything can be done about the same time and you don't have to wait on anything while we do that, okay? Okay, so it's been about 6 minutes. I'm gonna give it one more flip. As you can see, they're nice and golden brown. Give them one more flip. And to me, they look good. So I'm going to take these out and put in our next batch. It's so pretty. Okay, do not place them on top of each other because it's going to go soggy. So keep them separated. If you had a cookie sheet, even better. And you just allow the grease to kind of drip off of the chicken on that cooling rack, not cookie sheet, cooling rack. Okay, look at that color. All right, that's our first batch. Let's get our next batch of chicken. do the rest of these. Should only be about 6 of them. I'm gonna need that. You know what? Just get another one. Leave some air, close that up, and give it a nice shape. Now, when you are done with this flour, do not recycle this flour. Please throw it away. Please throw it away. This flour is contaminated. Get rid of it. Flour is too cheap. All right, okay. So once again, we are going to dust the chicken off, the excess flour that's on the chicken. We're gonna dust that off before we add it into our oil, because I don't want those burned pieces of flour in my oil. Okay, like so. Put the flats around the border of the frying pan and the drumsticks in the center where the majority of the heat is. Okay, so again, we're going to repeat the process. 5-6 minutes, turn over. 5-6 minutes, see how it looks. Give it a little bit of time. Probably total cook time, I like to give it at least 15 minutes, depending on how hot your grease is, just to make sure that it's cooked thoroughly. If you need to do a check because you're uncertain, you can get a fork or a knife and poke the chicken. If it bleeds, it's not done. Give it a little longer. Okay, now that we have the second set of chicken in the grease, we are going to let our corn go for 5 minutes. Let's actually, yeah, 5 minutes. We'll check it and we'll determine whether we gotta let it go for another 2 or 3 minutes. But 5 minutes is usually good. I like my corn to be firm, so I'm excited. This is one of my favorite meals. Remember that. I might ask you again. All right, the chicken's been going about 7 minutes on one side. I just turned that over. And I'm gonna give it another 5 minutes on this other side. Turn it over one more time, see how it looks. I did give the corn an additional, that was 5 minutes as well. So depending on the wattage of your microwave will determine how long you do it. But usually 5 minutes should be good. But like I said, you want to make sure that the corn is cooked. Okay, the microwave just stopped and I can smell the corn, so 10 minutes was just right. I'm going to turn this over and let it go just a little bit longer while I get the corn ready. See that? That's what you want to see. So this corn is now steamed. And it's very, very, very hot. So please be careful. So now you're just going to take it out of the napkin. Ooh, it's hot. And that is how your corn should look. Look how pretty and yellow that is. Woo! Wow, wow, wow. All right, so take, ouch! All right, we're gonna leave that wrapped up. See? See? All right, so now you're gonna finish dehusking you're gonna finish husking the corn. You're gonna take off all the hair off of your corn and strip that back. You can pull it off or you can choose to leave it on. It doesn't matter. Let's do this one as well. Wow, that is super hot. Take that off. Now you can rinse it. Remember, we rinsed this corn when we first wrapped it up. You can opt to re-rinse the corn to make sure you get all those little fine hairs off. You don't have to, but you can. Okay, so I'm going to put these on the counter until I am done with this. And I am going to show you how to dress the corn. Okay. I'm going to keep that on there so I can have something to hold on to. All right, come on over here. Now you can opt salt and pepper. If you'd like, you can brush or sprinkle some salt and pepper on that, but I would recommend actually brushing or rubbing some butter on there first. I need to check this chicken. Yeah, ooh, let's get this chicken out. So wait, let me look at it first. All right, that looks good. I can take these out. Okay, I'm going to ask y'all a question concerning fried chicken. Do y'all like breaded wings or naked wings? Yo, what's a naked wing? A wing with no flour. How do you like your chicken wings? I like them both. Alright. How good does that look? I didn't flip these as much as the first batch. And I don't want that on top of that. Get these all out. Alright. So there is our chicken. Let's turn the stove off. Now, let's get back to the corn. Oh, all right. So, you will pretty much just rub the corn down with butter. After you add your butter, if you choose to add salt and pepper, you can sprinkle some salt and pepper on there. At this point, since the butter is on there. Okay, just keep rubbing that on there. Make sure it's all covered. Okay. Now that don't have nothing to do with this. We are going to get our mayonnaise, whatever mayo you like. Hellman's is my choice. And we are going to add some mayo to the corn. Do not knock it until you try it. Alright, so get the mayo all over. Now I've seen people put the butter, oh no, last, like the squirt butter, oh jeez, after this process, but I don't know, I just feel like the Parmesan cheese sticks better when I keep rubbing the lid on that. Alright, roll it around. There you go. What you also can do is get some hot Cheetos, smash them up, and also sprinkle that on here with the Parmesan cheese. That's next level stuff. I have to share that with y'all on the next go around. Okay, now that you have your desired amount of mayo on your corn, you will go in with some Parmesan cheese and seal the deal. Like so. Let's turn this over. Get all sides. A little bit more right here. What's the word to use? Slap. It slaps. Definitely a must try if you've never had it before. You must try it. I need my dish rag. This is gonna drive me crazy. Let me get that. Thank you. Oh, and I gotta clean that up too. Okay, so what we have today is some Yoke Gang style elote corn. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And we have some fried chicken wings. What a combination. I absolutely love the Mexican culture. I love what they do with their roasted corn. And there's so many different variants that you can have.
That fried chicken ain't no Mexican food.
I'm talking about the corn. Well, what kind of food is this?
Black people food.
And I absolutely love it. Everywhere I go, wherever I find it, I have to have it. And I just recreated it at home, and this is what I have. Like I said, you can get the hot Cheetos, crunch them up, and also put that on there. It's very, very good as well. And this is that fried chicken. Yoke Gang, let me know what you thought. Let me know how you fry your chicken. What do you do? What could I do? Give me something to try. Drop some recipes in the comment section. I want to, you know, explore and try new things. Drop that in there for me. But Yoke Gang, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Listen, remember that membership is live. If you have not yet checked it out, check it out. It's $4.99 a month. And everybody who has already joined, thank you so much for joining. We are growing and growing very, very, very fast. I appreciate y'all. Yoke Gang, this is it. Y'all already, y'all, I love when things work. Y'all already know. I love y'all for life. Peace.